Friday morning, I was in San Francisco last Thursday. Got it, flew there and back on the same day with Callum. He had, he had to go meet the people from the university, sign his scholarship agreement. Well done, son. And we get back. It was super late at night. By the time we got back, it was late. I had an issue at the airport that I'm not going to go into. There's a lying woman. I am putting in a complaint. The first time in my life, I'm putting in a formal complaint. Do you want to know? I don't want to say what happened because it sounds so unbelievable. It sounds like I'm lying.
Say it.
Okay. All right. And my son was there. This isn't the story that I was talking about. I was just leading up to the other story. But then this occurred to me.
You have an interesting life. You got stories within stories. That's what happens.
This, and I swear to God, Callum was with me. We get to the airport like 9 p.m. And you know, when you get to security, the first thing you have to do is show your boarding pass and your ID, right? There's a line for that. I walk up behind the person that is getting dealt with, and the woman says, "Sir, step back behind the line. We are not ready for you yet. Do you hear me?" So, like, me and Callum, we step back, and I'm like, "Wow, bloody hell, that was a bit extreme, wasn't it?" And I say, "Hey, Callum, watch this." And when the person in front was done and walked off, I waited for her to call my name, and she goes, "Okay, next." And I'm like, "Are you ready?" Just being sarcastic. I was in a good mood. I'd had a great day. I'd had a great day with Callum. It signed a scholarship agreement. We're in a good mood. We had a real nice bonding father-son day. It was really nice. So there's no aggression from me. I'm in a really
how
good
can
place.
I ruin this?
No. So I'm like, "Oh, are you ready for me now?" And she goes, "Yes, step forward." So I step forward. And as I'm stepping forward, I'm pulling out my wallet. She goes, "You don't have your ID ready. Step aside." I said, "No, I just got to get out my wallet. Step aside, sir." I'm like, "Well, he's my son, and I also have his ID in my wallet. So you need me to take it out." Yeah. So she was a little bummed out that she had to let me stand there. And she gets it out. She's scrutinizing the ID, trying to do everything she can to find a problem with it. And everything she said, she was like really mean and nasty with it. And she goes, "Okay." And I went, "Wow. You're with a big smile on my face." I said, "Wow, you're a really nice person. Have a great day." And she goes, "Have a wonderful life." So me and Callum, we walk off and we're in the line. I'm like, "Wow, did you see that, son? I mean, man, you know, what's her issue?" Anyway, then a little security guard shows up and he's floating around and he's staring right at us. Ooh. And I'm saying to Callum, "Have you seen this?" I said, "There's something weird about this. There's something weird." And Callum's like, "Dad, you're paranoid." I'm like, "No, there's something going on." And then we get to security. I take my shoes off, put everything in the little boxes, and you push it in, right? Yeah. I'm literally pushing it in. And the guard says, "Sir, make sure you push your belongings into the X-ray machine." And I go, "I was literally doing that when you told me." And I was literally pushing it. And anyway, and so it was, it was a little bit over the top, but I didn't know all those TSA guys, they wear a little earpiece. And they'd send a message about us. So they were all being dicks. And then Callum walks into the thing, and you got to put your hands up in the air. And so now I'm having a bit of fun with it because they're being way over the top. So like, "Callum, make sure you get your hands right up in the air. Come on. And then the woman says, "You don't have to be disrespectful." I said, "Pardon me?" She says, "You don't have to be disrespectful." I said, "I'm not being disrespectful." I said, "He's my son. I'm trying to help you. I'm making sure he has his hands all the way up in the air." And then she goes, "Oh, right, okay, whatever." And I walk through the thing. And they say, "Did you threaten to punch that lady in the face?" And I say, "Excuse me?" She says, We've been told you threatened to punch that guard in the face." I'm like, "Oh, which guard?" She said, "The first guard at the front." And then Callum was there. And Callum was like, "What? I saw the whole thing. Nothing like that was said at all." And I'm like, "Calm down, son. Calm down. It's not the way to act with these people when they're being like this. You know, you've got to keep it calm." And I'm like, "No, not at all." I said, "And in fact, you can tell that they don't even believe it, because if I had said that, I would expect security to have me face down on the floor, putting handcuffs on me right now." I said, "And that's not happening, is it? So you don't really believe that I said that." I said, "And you know how I know that? Because I never said that." I said, "And this is absolutely ridiculous. I'm putting a formal complaint in." And then about 5 other guards came round and they were deliberating whether or not I could leave. And in the end, we left. And like, by now, my blood's boiling because I'm thinking, this nasty piece of work, why would you say such a thing? That could have me on the no-fly zone list, you know? And I'm like, what the hell? And then, like, we get to the gate, and there's a bar right there where the gate is. We had about an hour to kill, and I was going to grab a quick beer. And I thought, I can't have a beer, because if I have a beer, they're going to walk over and they're going to say, well, we've heard that you were being abusive and you're drinking alcohol. Sorry, sir, you can't get on that plane. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, I won't even have a beer. So I'm just sitting there, and the whole time I'm thinking, any second now, they're going to walk up and say, we can't get on the flight. And anyway, I was being paranoid, and nothing happened. Yeah. But I can't believe that a woman would go to those lengths and say that. And I wasn't going to say it because it sounds such a level of bullshit that that there would have to be some truth to it. So I said, I'm going to put a complaint in.
It's pretty crazy.
Because I'm going to say this though. I am putting a complaint in. Because that woman should not be working in that capacity if she's got such a mental issue. So I'm going to say, because I was. No, but I'm going to say, I'll say the time I got there, right, which terminal it was, and I'll say, I guarantee there's cameras everywhere. Look at them and get a fucking lip reader, because I said clearly, I only said two things. I said, wow, you're a really nice person. Have a great day. And that was all I said, okay? Yeah. And if you get a lip reader, you can clearly see that I didn't say, I'm going to punch you in the fucking face, right? Yeah. And when you see that, but it was almost a week ago, and I'm yet to action anything.
Well, was that when the TSA was on, like, the government was during a shutdown? Was in a shutdown? Maybe they were just trying to fucking. I don't even know. That's crazy. That's bananas.
Yeah.
I don't even the weird, like. I don't even know what, like, the law is. Me and my girlfriend got into a thing getting off a flight recently. Like, I was a few rows ahead of her on a flight. She was behind me, and I got off, and I was waiting for her to get off. And as I'm getting on, my girlfriend comes up to me. This other chick, like a fucking ghetto bitch from the Bronx, kind of bumps into Kim. Right?
Whoa! Don't call her a bitch, but okay.
She like bumps into
Kim. That word, Lewis.
And then Kim was like, she just starts cursing at her, and she's like, "Fuck you, you dumb bitch!" And they start going at it. And I guess Kim wanted to get her bag behind her when she was going to get off the flight, because it was like a few rows, it was like 2 or 3 rows behind her, and the girl was like, well, sorry, too bad, and she wouldn't let her through to get her bag. That was like you know what I'm saying, like, it was like maybe 2 or 3.
She's just purposely being
a fucking asshole. So then we got into a thing, and this girl, like, she spit at me, right?
Whoa.
Yeah, she spit at me, and then she pulls out her cell phone, and she's like, you don't even know who I am. I'm going to contact TMZ. You don't know who I am. And I'm like, this fucking ghetto piece of garbage. And then Kim grabs her phone out of her hand and just, fucking threw it like a perfect baseball throw.
Oh.
Like 50 feet, just fucking down a hallway. And it just shattered into pieces down the hallway. And then a bunch of TSA agents surrounded us. And they were like,
I'm not surprised. But by the way, at this point, I'm not surprised. That is like assault, is like willful destruction of someone else's goods. It's.
Don't spit at me, bitch.
You're absolutely right.
You spit at me. That's another. I'd rather somebody fucking grab my phone.
Finish the story, because I was gonna cut you off there, but I'll let you finish the story.
So yeah, then they were like, "Oh wait, you can't leave yet," and I was like, "Can't I?" And I was like, "I just left." I was like, "What are you gonna do? You're not a cop. I didn't do anything wrong." Like I was like, then they started chasing us through the airport because we're trying to go get a cab, and I started seeing different security guards popping up in the area that we're at, and then they're watching us, and then it was fucking nuts. It was kind of scary. I was like, what the hell's going on here? But yeah, we just left. So I'm pretty sure we committed a crime. But fuck that bitch. She spit at me. You fucking spit at me. If you spit at somebody, you got what's coming to you. And my girl, she's a ride or die bitch. I'm gonna tell you right now, she's a Puerto Rican girl from Florida. You fuck with her man, she's gonna get in your face. So
Oh, absolutely. And I totally agree with that. But Rebecca always says to me, if I'm ever encountering somebody that's like being a total dick, sometimes people just do it for the sake of, they're having a bad day and they want to make your life difficult. They're on a little power trip. And Rebecca says, Michael, you are always in the right. You're always in the right. Right. And what you're saying is totally warranted. But then I swear. And then once you swear, and if you say, listen, and I'm sick of this shit, then that's it. Then you've lost the moral high ground. You've lost it. Because then then they turn it into, never mind what the initial issue was. Now it becomes, oh, you're swearing, you're using foul language. And it's like, no, we're all adults here.
And then when
you're
they
being
point
a
it out,
dick."
it makes you way more angry. Like you're swearing. Like, I don't give a fuck if I'm swearing. What does it have to do with anything? I'm not
Yeah.
a child. Swear back, bitch. And then you're like
Yeah,
cursing
fuck
out a person
you.
at the airport.
And then to everyone else standing by, because I remember there was this nice black lady behind me in the line, and when they were accusing us of this, I said, "Whoa, excuse me." I said, "Miss," I said, "You were there," because we even laughed with you about it. Of course, she's just a stranger. She doesn't know me from Adam. She doesn't want to get involved. She's like, "Oh, I didn't hear anything." I'm like, "Don't fucking
No.
say that. You definitely heard." But that wasn't the story I was going to tell you. So I was leading in. I had a late night Thursday night. I didn't get home till very late, and I had to be up at 6 to drive to LA for an acting lesson and an audition. And I got that done, and I was done by like 11:30 in Callum at a wrestling tournament at the weekend. So I'm rushing from LA to Brea to a high school, which is, it's a decent drive. And Callum's up soon for his first match. I know we're coming to the end of the show. We'll end it on this. But I'm rushing. And now there was a lot of traffic, so I wasn't speeding. I may have been a little bit over the speed limit here and there, but there was heavy traffic on the freeways. And I was kind of like, darting in and out of the lanes, trying to get ahead of the slow drivers and whatnot. But
Right.
you're allowed to chop lanes in America. In the UK, you can't do that. In the UK, you can only overtake on the left or the right. I forget which it is, but you can. So there's uniform. But anyway, after a minute, I look in my rearview mirror, and there's a big undercover cop car behind me. Lights blaring and everything. I'm like, oh shit, I'm being pulled, right? And after a second, he speaks through the speakers like, pull over. And I'm like, actually, it's a cardigan, man. Killer boots, though. No, I didn't say that. Dumb. Killer boots, man. No, I never said that. Yeah, he's like, pull over, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
You gotta see Shannon's face.
So
she hated that joke so much. I mean, she's shaking her head in disgust right now. She's mad. You made her mad with that joke.
Killer boots, man. And anyway, so I'm pulling over to the side, and he's following me. So there's definitely no mistake. It was definitely me who was pulling over. Right. And I pull over to the shoulder, and I'm going to stop on the shoulder. And he says through the speaker again, do not stop there. Carry on. Get off the freeway and make a right. I'm like, okay, fucking hell, relax, calm down. What was it? Maybe a bit of speeding or something. It's not the crime of the century. And he continues to bark orders at me. And I'm pulling off the freeway, and he carries on the freeway. And I'm like, what is going on? So I stop on the shoulder, and he stops, and I put the window down. I'm like, what are you doing? And he says, just carry on, get off the freeway and make a right and wait there. So I go, okay. So I pull over, I stop in traffic. It's like obstructing all the traffic. It was like 4 lanes, but it wasn't an area where you could stop. You know what I mean? And everyone's honking the horns. I've got the hazard lights on. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, he's on the freeway. He's still on the freeway. So I waited for 5 minutes, and I did a little video on my phone. I said, okay.
To prove.
I recorded the time just in case that I'm not a fucking fugitive and I wasn't running away. But I waited 5 minutes, and I thought he's not here. And I drove off. The weirdest thing ever. Why would a cop pull you over but then not get off the freeway? And I drove off, and I haven't heard anything since.
That's bizarre, but you probably just incriminated yourself, and I think we should edit that out of the podcast.
No, I don't give a fuck. He pulled me over. I've even got video
I wouldn't have waited 2
prove.
minutes. I would have been like, cool, see you later.
Well, yeah, well, no, because I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to fucking be, in hot pursuit by a cop. You know what I mean? So I did the right thing. I waited, and I'm like, hold on. He's not coming, so I'll just drive off, and maybe I'll go the back roads and not on the freeway, so I definitely don't see him again. Yeah. But yeah.
All right, Mike, real quick, we got to talk about Blue Chew, which I love. I'm going to tell you right now, it's one of the coolest sponsors, because if you like to have sex, and obviously you like to have sex, you're going to love Blue Chew. It is a performance enhancement for the bedroom. If sex were an Olympic sport, USADA would be all over this. Blue Chew would be out of commission. No way. John Jones would be loaded to the gills with it, probably. He probably is currently loaded to the gills with it anyway, to be honest. But it really does make sex so much better, okay? If you guys, this is not about having some sort of dysfunction or erectile dysfunction. That's not it at all. This just enhances the experience in the bedroom. So if you want to have longer, better sex with your woman, Blue Chew is a great company, and we have a really great deal for you. Mr. Bisping, tell them how they can get their first order of Blue Chew for free.
Well, listen, if you want to get involved with this amazing product that is better and cheaper than Viagra or Cialis, it only takes a few minutes to fill out a form online. No doctor visit, no awkward conversation, no waiting in line at a pharmacy. It ships directly to your door in discreet packaging. Blue Chew chewables are prescribed online by a doctor and made inside the USA. Blue Chew gives you confidence in bed every time. You and your partner will love it. Chew it and do it, Lewis. I do like that one. So anyway, the great deal, as you say, go to bluechew.com and get your first order free when you use the promo code BELIEVE. Very simple, bluechew.com, promo code BELIEVE.